Hi everyone, welcome back to Sarah's Art Channel. I hope you guys had a great week as I do feel better this week, and therefore I feel cheerful enough to do a piece of tiger faces, and I hope you guys enjoy this piece. Now, I know that a lot of my previous videos are pretty rushed through because those artworks are really big and it took me a really long time to finish, and therefore I have to trim as much as I can. Otherwise, I know a lot of people would not want to see my videos if they're too long, so I try to keep it as short as I can. But for this piece, because it only took about an hour to complete this small little canvas, this is about 40 centimeters times 40 centimeters wide, so this is pretty small compared to all my other big paintings, and therefore it only take a short time to finish, and therefore you guys will actually get to see the precise step by step of how I do my detail pour. So please stick around and watch this video to the end because you won't regret it. And for those who are bored of just doing something abstract, so this is for you, that you can actually do something different with pour painting. Right, let's get to it. So in my left hand, I have a small paper of a sketch of how I want this whole painting to look like. And so first of all, I'll sketch out the faces of the tiger on my canvas. I have two tiger faces here. I hope you guys get to see. And sketches are important if you want to take care of the proportion as well as the composition of your painting, especially for detail pour. Is very important to know where you're pouring. So start off with the sketch first, and then here I'll be doing the head of the tiger. I hope you guys get to see it. These are the ears. So I hope you guys get to see two tiger faces right now on the canvas. So yes, so if you want to do a detail pour, it's okay to sketch out beforehand so that you know where you're pouring. Now look how tiny my pencil is. I think I got this pencil for about 5 to 7 years and I've used it up to now. So I usually use my pencils until they're very tiny like this. Okay, so now I'm going to pour the yellow first because I want certain part to have patches of yellow. So I just pour yellow first without a white below it and without any colors above it, because yellow is a transparent paint. You can either pour a white base before you pour the yellow paint, or do not mix it with another color, otherwise it's just gonna get dirty. Then I'm just going to pour the black according to the stripes of the tiger and to the shadow parts. So this actually is not black, this is a dark purple blue, Prussian blue, yeah. So this primary blue is actually the background color, so let's just put it there first. And then next, this is the light orange to highlight the tone of the tiger's face, or this is more like a neutral tone, the base tone between the shadow and the highlight. So this is the base tone. And then here I want this tiger to have an orange for their shadow, so that's why I put the orange line according to the stripes and to the outline of the tiger. And then I pour gold here and there to to actually highlight or bring out the highlight in the tiger's faces. So the blue here is to darken the shadow part, and then the red is the middle tone. Here I have the white for the nose part, and then don't forget to torch. It's very important to torch. So as you all know, I don't like paint stripping too much, so I'll use a palette knife to scrape it to the size. And then now I'll just blow down before blowing up the paint so that they're all mixed together. So if they're not runny enough, you can actually pour more paints. And as you can see, I only pour certain paints at where I need them to be, because if you pour too much paints all over on top of each other, it'll get very murky and you cannot pour in detail. So if you want a detail pour, you've got to make sure that you pour just enough paints to cover where it's supposed to cover, and then you can blow it out. So this is very crucial because, as I said, if you pour too much paints on top of one another, you have too much paints, and then the whole face will be distorted. So you have to be very careful when you pour paints. Make sure that it's not too much and not too little. So here I've done the mouth part, and then here I'm just going to blow the paste to mix them together. So that's why I call this a detail pour, because I pour paste where I needed them to be, and then I form the shapes out of the pours that I've done. So this to me is called a detail pour, and it's on a wet technique. So yeah, it's something very different from the usual pour. So as can you see how I stitch one paint to another paint? So this is to make sure that I won't overcrowd the whole canvas with too much paint. And then now I'm going to blow the viscose part. So all these are actually planned in my head before executing, and this is probably my 10th or 12th piece of tiger painting. So by right now I'm already very used to the tiger's face and how I should blow it. But if you're new and starting out, you have to picture in your mind the anatomy, the shape of the tiger's face, and to really know this first before pouring, because otherwise, you won't have the shapes that you actually want them to be. So this is through a lot of practice. It won't come overnight. I've made a lot of mistakes myself before I get to where I am right now. Now here I'm just going to pour the paste at this dry area to cover the paste. See, I only pour the amount that I need because I don't want the paste to mix too much. So yeah, you have to calculate in your mind how much paste to pour. And then if not enough, you can always add some more so that you can, blow the paste out and you run, as in move around the canvas. Right, so now I'm manipulating the paint by blowing them into the stripes of the tiger. So this is what I meant by detail pour. Sorry, I kept repeating myself. Okay, so I put a stick there because I realized that it's not very stable or it's uneven. So yeah, you gotta make sure it's even, otherwise, the face will all distort. So for the bottom part, I usually put lighter colors because the bottom jaw part and their hair are usually white and softer in color. So that's why I always put a light tone at the bottom part. So sorry I'm doing this upside down because my hair will get into the way and you guys, may not be able to see well. That's why I recorded it this way. But my husband disagrees with me and said I should do it another way, and I did for the next episode. And then you get to see my head a lot, so I don't think it's a good thing. Anyway, so see how I manipulated the shapes and the paints to where I want them to be. This takes a lot of practice, by the way. And then these are all the hair, the tiger's hair or the jaw line. And then this is where the nose part and the mouth is. So this is basically it. So these are the whiskers, the whisker area, and then that's where the nose is. So yeah, please let me know what you guys think about this technique. I find that it's a very fun way to paint. Like, we don't have to just do the normal abstract stuff. We can do so many creative things with just acrylic pour, and I do want you guys to do something more different, to really be a different artist. So don't forget to torch as well, because you have to make sure that you pop out as much air bubbles as you can. And I usually torch it really harshly on my canvas, and it's not really a good thing, but I do that anyway because sometimes I just love the cracks that happen while I torch. So I'll deliberately just blow my torch to the max. Yeah. don't know if you can see it, but I actually leave the eyes empty because the eye is the most important part of the tiger, and you don't want too much paint on it, because the first time that I did, I had too much paint on it. The paint ran everywhere and it was disastrous. So I always try to do the most delicate part of the anatomy or the body, you know, and I save it for the last part so that I can focus more attention to it and also produce a better feature for my artworks. But it's really up to you to actually, you know, do which step which you feel more comfortable first, obviously. Yeah, but this suits me much better, so that is why I always do the detail parts. I leave it for, yeah, the last part. Okay, we are almost at the end, so the last part I'm just going to drop the pupil of the tiger, and there we have it. I hope you guys can see the two faces. It's actually upside down, so the mouth is on top of you and the eyes is above, is at the below part. So I'll show it to you soon. So here I'm doing the whiskers. Basically I just use a palette knife to make the details of the whiskers. Well, the paint is still wet, by the way, so yeah. Right, if you stick with me to this part, I want to thank you all. I'm done now. Now this is the end result. Can you see how vibrant the yellow is, even though it's mixed with blue? But I kept it vibrant because remember I added the yellow first, so that is why it's not really mixed with the blue too much. Just look at how vibrant the whole color is. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button. For those who are living in a four-season country like I am right now, stay warm and take care all of you. See you guys soon again. Bye!